Grandpa?
Catch me if you can.
Grandpa? Grandpa! No! Be careful! Grandpa, stop! In my pocket.
It's a hot day. Shouldn't they be having juice?
My friend Dora had come to play. And when Dora comes, we have to play with Jemima's dolls. Look, we've even got a chef.
Ah, Pedro Perfecto. You are Pedro. You are Pedro. Your customers.
We were all having fun. But guess who'd come to look up?
Oh, I have never been so hot in all my life.
Great aunt,
Great
Grandpa's sister.
green gloop. That's what I need.
Green blue is spinach sprout shake. It's just one of the revolting things she makes.
Oh, yum. Right, now come on. Got to clear all this lot away.
What?
Why?
We are expecting a visit.
Oh.
Mrs. McQuisket. That's who.
The Mrs. McQuisket? From Mrs. McQuisket Cooks for the Country?
Very one, Grandpa.
Mrs. McQuisket has a TV cooking show.
I met her in Miss Smiley's cafe. She is in
Whiskey.
She's in gathering exciting new recipes. I said to her, if you are gathering exciting new recipes, you have come to the right place. I am going to make her the tea of her life.
Jammy Jumbly Biscuit?
Oh, I'm planning a whole lot more than a jammy jumbly biscuit, Grandpa. A whole lot more.
Oh, today there would be more than a biscuit for Mrs. McQuisket. Mrs. McQuisket does a TV show called Mrs. McQuisket Cooks for the Country. She is stirring and whisking and mashing. And she makes really extraordinary food, like the Jelly Mountain and the vegetable volcano and the Field of Fruit.
Ah, Field of Fruit. That's my favourite Mrs. McWhiskit recipe.
We'd set up the dolls' tea party again, but we weren't going to have much time to play.
Jason! Dora!
Coming!
In fact, Jason, if Aunt Loretta is going to try and make some of her revolting food for Mrs. McWhiskit, I think we ought to try and stop her. And to do that, I need to be small.
Not a shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can!
Now, as you know, when Grandpa's small, he can run so fast I can't catch him. He can fly off in my toy plane. He can whiz about in my toy car. I had no idea where he'd got to or what he was planning.
Jason!
I had to go and help Great Aunt Loretta to make Mrs. McWhisket's tea.
Trust Grandpa to have gone for a little lie down. Ah! Right now then, have we got everything ready for sardines and bananas on toast, cauliflower cake with cockles and jam, seaweed jelly and mustard, and lobster and lettuce ice cream. Ooh.
Great Aunt Loretta was making her weirdest tea ever. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Grandpa running in. And guess what? He was dressed as Pedro Perfecto. He jumped onto the dresser and then told me to get everyone out in the garden.
Seaweed and the jelly.
Great Aunt Loretta, why don't we pick some tomatoes from the garden? I think they'd go really well with the lobster and lettuce ice cream.
Ooh, you're really catching on, you two. Ooh, go on then, out you go.
So we went into the garden and Great Aunt Loretta went to the dresser.
Oh, I thought I told them to put all the dolls in the other room. Oh, I don't like the looks of you. Shifty looking you are.
So Great Aunt Loretta thought Grandpa was a doll.
Mrs. McQuisket won't like dogs in the kitchen, so you watch out.
Meanwhile, Grandpa had jumped off the dresser and was now on the kitchen table. He started to knock things off. First the sardine tins, then the banana, then the mustard jar, then the cockles, then the jam, then the lobster, then the lettuce, and finally the open tub of ice cream. The temptation of ice cream was too much for Wolfie. Well, after all, it was a very hot day. The second part of Grandpa's plan was to hide everything. But then he heard the doorbell. And then he heard this.
Ah, what's going on in here? Oh, oh, you, that dog. That dog, it's been all over this table. Oh, I feel all hot and peculiar. Oh, Jason, get a bowl out there for the tomato.
Grandpa quickly hid behind the toaster.
Oh, come on, hurry up. Any minute, Mrs. McQuisket will be here.
Mrs. McQuisket here. Oh, I rang the bell and didn't get an answer, so I came round the back.
Oh, afraid the tea's not quite ready yet.
Tea's not quite ready, you say? My dear, the tea is all over the floor, and there's a wee scraggy-looking dog eating ice cream out of the tub. How perfectly horrible. Shoo, you! Shoo, shoo. This is no place for dogs.
I was just going to mash some tomatoes for the tomato sauce.
I'll do the
To go with ice
mashing.
cream. Oh.
I'm not just a great whisker. I'm a great masher, too.
Oh, you squirted me. Oh, I don't want to be squirted. Here, I'll do the mashing.
Oh.
And Great Aunt Loretta chased her around the table.
Come on, give it to me. I'll do it.
Oh, a lobster just tripped me up. Oh, now to the kitchen, you two. This is no place for wee children. This is a health hazard.
It's perfectly harmless.
Take it away.
It won't hurt you.
No, I don't like the whiskery bits. Put it down. Thank you, Loretta. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so hot. Is it always this hot in Sunny Sands?
No, it's an especially hot day. What you need is a glass of green gloop. Nothing like a glass of green gloop to cool you.
So that's how you cool down in Sunny Sands, is it? You get covered in glue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Minute.
Sunny Sands, eh? Oh, I'd heard such great things about the place. Miss Smiley's cafe is full of wonderful recipes, but here, there's bunkers. Lobster ice cream and green gloop and a tiny wee chef. A tiny wee chef.
Pedro Perfecto, at your service.
This time, Grandpa had gone too far.
What would you like, huh? I can make anything in the world. I can make a spaghetti, a macaroni, linguine, tortellini, pizza with a crispy base, pizza with a not so crispy base.
Grandpa was going through every dish he knew.
The frankfurters, the fries. How you like some ice cream, huh?
A wee chef is talking to me. A wee chef!
Great Aunt Loretta! Catch! I left them playing in the pond and I ran inside to find Grandpa.
I've put Pedro's clothes back on him, Jason.
Well done, Grandpa. Now cap off, quick! So Grandpa took off his cap and came back to his normal size.
Oh, well, Jason, we stopped Aunt Loretta from making her weird food for Mrs. McWhiskit.
Yes, Grandpa. And I think they're going to be friends for life now.
Teamwork, eh?
Teamwork. Later, Great Aunt Loretta and Mrs. McWhiskit were definitely friends for life.
I was so hot and bothered. I thought I was chased by a lobster.
And I thought a wee chef was talking to me.
What would you like? I can do a spaghetti, macaroni, linguine, jammy jomly.
Do you know something? He sounded just like that. The wee chef.